everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello, welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. Hi, it's like past 2 a.m. like usual. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to pop in and start this vlog and say hey. This weekend's gonna be very chill. I don't have anything going on. A couple plans though. I want to write. I want to get at least 3,000 words down in a favorite Fey because I have been slacking on writing a favorite Fey. Because holy shit. It's been over a week and a half now that I've written in a favorite Fey, and I don't know how time slips away from me like it does, but it has. So I need to get back on that game. I need to be more consistent on that. So I would like to write at least 3,000 words this weekend. I also have a couple books that I would like to read. Mainly, I am about 100 pages, I think, into The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, which I was very much enjoying when I picked it up this week. And I would love, love, love to devour this bad boy, The Shadow of the Gods. Other than that, other than potential reading plans, of course I have those novellas. I got my entire winter TBR that I have shown you guys in that video, my winter TBR, or the end of the year TBR, whatever. Lots of options. So we're gonna see, but I'm definitely going to be finishing The Hacienda for 100% sure and tackling enough of The Shadow of the Gods. What else am I gonna be doing? I would love to go bridesmaid dress shopping this weekend, which is very weird of me to say. One, because I don't know if I've told you guys, I have been asked by my beautiful best friend, Cassandra, to be her maid of honor, which is so exciting. So I need to find a dress and I would like to go venture places. Maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend, I'm not sure. And see what's going on in that world. Because I know what her picks are and I know the colors that she wants of vibe wise. So I'd like to go see if they have anything like that in my city that I could actually try on. Because if you didn't know, from the looks of me, one, I am plus size, so it is very, very, very difficult for me to try on fancy dresses in store because they just simply do not have my size in store to try on, right? Two, I am very tall. The last time I shopped for a fancy dress was my grad dress back in 2015 when I graduated high school. One of the issues that I did not realize was going to be an issue at the time was the length of the dresses, because I heard that they make fancy dresses slightly longer so that they can tailor it down to the size that, or the length of that you need, right? And I was like, okay, great. So they're automatically made a little longer, so they should be long enough for me. No was the answer. Even my grad dress that I ended up getting was this much too short, but it was okay because it was a slightly poofier gown. So it didn't, you couldn't really see it. And when I was walking, you could kind of see my toes, but whatever. It worked. I'm worried about finding a dress that's long enough. So fingers crossed that they make bridesmaid dresses long enough for me, or at least the possibility of getting it in a custom length or something. I really don't want to pay that much money though. So that would be, ideal, finding one just ready to go. If all else fails, my friend Cassandra found a bunch of dresses online that she really, really likes that I will just, they're a fun, they're called Azazi. And they're a Canadian brand, and they also have a at-home try version. So I would like to do that with a couple dresses on there, and just to see if they even fit, and for lengthwise that way. I think that's probably a good decision to do. And I have a date on Sunday morning, which is wild. So fun fact, getting a little personal on Jen's channel, but I have been single for 27 years. I am 27 years old. I have never been in a relationship, not for lack of trying, because there have been many dates in the past few years. Many. It's a lot for me because I have a lot of anxiety around dating and around meeting new people that I have to get over and work through. But there have been a few dates in the past. There have been people that have been maybes and almosts, and then just nothing has come of it. So this year, I had set out at the beginning of the year to go on 5 dates. And if you are also on the dating apps, you know that the dating apps are fucking trash fires right now. And they have been, but they've just been getting worse. This year has been the worst. So it's been literally fighting tooth and nail to even get a person to match with me. Right? And if they do, can they hold a conversation for more than 24 hours? And up to this point, it's been no. So I matched with a guy last week and we've been talking, but it's one of those things that we've been playing conversation chicken, and we haven't actually been able to sit and have a conversation through text together. I also get the feeling that he's not a big texter. So I was like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and ask him out because I want to know if we can have a conversation together. So a lot faster than I would usually do in my anxious little heart. But I asked him out and we're going out on Sunday morning. We're gonna go get a coffee and a baked good. And hopefully it's like at least a semi-enjoyable time. That is the goal. I keep myself and my standards very, very, very low on dates because that is one way that I can tackle the anxiety leading up to it, because the anticipatory anxiety literally kills me every time. It gets me every time. I've been having fun little like big swells of it this past few weeks. Today's been okay, but big swells of it where I like can't do anything but sit and just like feel the anxiety rising up in me. And I know it would be so much worse because I am also on anti-anxiety meds. So like I know it would be so much worse without that. So thank God for medication and my therapist and everything about that. But I just wanted to share this because I know there's people out there that are like me that consider themselves maybe late bloomers in the dating world or just have no experience in the dating world. Like I have a little bit of experience in the dating world, but nothing substantial. Like I missed out on so many different things growing up and like the dating milestones and everything. But we'll see. But yeah, I have a date on Sunday morning, so that should be fun. I actually have to wake up for it, which is going to be interesting because it's at 10 a.m. He was like, oh, let's do like 10 a.m. And then afterwards he was like, is that too early? I don't know. I'm a very early riser. And I'm like, oh my man, I'm the exact opposite, but I'm not going to tell you to meet me an hour later or whatever just because I want to sleep. We'll do it at 10 a.m. Anyways, that's what's up. That's what's happening. So it's going to be a very chill weekend. Not a lot going on. Gonna read a little bit, gonna write, and I'm also gonna get a coffee with a guy on Sunday. Hopefully it's good coffee. It's at a place I've never been to, and they also don't have their menu online, so I can't even see if they have any like seasonal drinks or if they have any like milk substitutes because your girl is lactose intolerant, so I gotta make sure I bring my Lactaid pills just in case, because I'm not about to be sick on this date. I have been unwell on a date in the past, and it was awful. Trying to get through that date because it was also really uncomfy because the person was really, really into me, but like we were not clicking and I was physically unwell. And so I just wanted to leave the whole time. And I was just like, oh, this person really like, oh, it was bad. It was a bad time. Anyways, but yeah, so that's a little fun tidbit about me and my personal life. I don't really share a lot about my dating life or my personal life online. It's just to keep myself a little bit, separate from the online stuff. But I also feel the need to share stuff like that because I know there's people out there like me who feel like they're all alone in this world where all of their friends are dating people and seemingly settle down, and you're over here like, I'm still single as a Pringle. Like there's a lot of us, so it's okay. Anyways, but yeah, welcome to the vlog. This is gonna be a good one, I think. I'm excited to read more of the Hacienda. I will say, in the first like little chunk that I've gotten into, this is already spookier and creepier than her other book is, The Vampires of El Norte, and I am thriving. Haunted house, guys. Sentient house, my friends. So, we're gonna see how this goes, but, alright my friends, let's do a fucking vlog. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I am here just about to call it for the night. I'm gonna get up early for my date. Earlier than I would usually on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Let's pop in and say hello because I've done some reading today. I ended up finishing The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and this was really good. I don't know if I liked it more than The Vampires of El Norte, but I feel like I liked them both equally for different reasons. Vampires of El Norte, I loved the romance and the story between, I believe it's Nestor and Nena, or Hector and Nena, something like that. I can't remember his name. But between those two, the romance was what kept me going through that. And then this one, it was the fact that it was a sentient house and extremely spooky that kept me going. This was everything that I wanted Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier to make me feel. Like, that is what I wanted this book to do, or that is what I wanted that book to do. But that book, I just really didn't enjoy Rebecca. I found it kind of boring. But this was very good. So it follows our main character, Beatrice, as she is married to this new lord to kind of get away from her situation. And she comes to his house, his manor, his beautiful estate that is crumbling and derelict and very badly taken care of. And he also has a sister who lives on the property but not in the house, which is odd because she lives outside of the house with the servants in the servants area. She doesn't live in the house. No one lives in the house except for him and her now. So she now is there, and as she gets there, she starts seeing things and witnessing things, and immediately she's like, something's fucky with this house. The house is alive. There's malevolent spirits here. I gotta get these priests to come in and help me with this. And that's how she meets Pastor Andres, who is more than he seems to be. Oh, but it was very good. It was very spooky from like word go. Like the first 75 pages, I was already super intrigued. This is the kind of like spooky gothic book that I want. It was so much so quickly that I was very surprised. And the fact that it just kept going, like it wasn't like a slow creep into the unease. It was just like fully like, okay, shit's going off. So I really enjoyed this. I think it was great. And I highly recommend if you're looking for an atmospheric read. And even as someone who's a scaredy cat and doesn't like reading a lot of super spooky stuff, like this was great. This was great. Maybe I do like reading spooky stuff. Maybe it's just like watching horror movies that I can't do. Because I quite like this kind of stuff. I quite like this thrillerier books that keep my heart going and like keep me on the edge of my seat kind of a thing. Keep me wanting to read and keep going forward, you know? I really enjoyed this. And then the rest of the day I just hung out. Trying to not get too anxious about tomorrow. Comes in waves. I keep trying to distract myself, hence why I finished The Hacienda. And I also just started my reread of The Shadow of the Gods. I'm on page 86, chapter 10. And I'm quite loving being back in this, for sure. It definitely is a completely different vibe. I haven't read a fantasy book, like old man fantasy book, in a hot second. So it feels nice to be back in like a really classic fantasy right now. So that's great. Love this. We'll probably continue reading it tomorrow and actually do some writing tomorrow. That's on the docket, at least. After my date, after I get home from that. And then also get home from mom and dad's probably, because that's where I'll be going tomorrow night. What a day. I feel like it went by so quickly. Crazy. And I'm like, wow, the day feels like it hasn't even like occurred. And yet it's almost 11:30. But I gotta go to bed and like actually clock out. And I'm actually a little bit sleepy. So hopefully that helps. And I don't stay up for an ungodly amount of time. So that I can actually get a good night's sleep before tomorrow. Anyways, I gotta go clean up my kitchen from dinner because I kind of just left everything out, but that's okay. But yeah, The Hacienda. What a fun vibe. I highly recommend Isabel Cañas's work. I'm excited to see what she comes out with next, what else she writes, because girlie's got some delicious, delicious atmospheric writing. I love it so much.
Oh my! Oh me, oh my! Little miss, you got something to say! Hello, sweetheart! Hello! Hi! Can I get my shoes off? Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me get my shoes off. Let me get them off. You absolute nerd. Hi! Hello! Sir, what's going on? Am I allowed to come in? Yeah, okay, well, let's go. Let's go, come on. Hey, what's in there? Look. Oh my, look at this. Oh my, it's Christmas.
Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Welcome to me at 1 a.m. having been up since 8:30. I need to go to bed. I just got trapped in a cycle of shit. Where's my remote? Oh, right. It fell over here. In a cycle of writing where I was like, I today wrote in 2 separate sessions thinking to myself, okay, we just need to make it to 3,000 words because that's what I had wanted to get for this weekend. And then I hit a part of the book of A Favored Fey, which I'm currently working on. Obviously, I'm not working on anything else until this is done. But I hit a part of the book that I love so deeply. And it's a moment that I needed to change a little bit because it's now from Mary's point of view, which it's Xanvi's point of view in the first draft. It's now Mary's point of view. And I'm also changing the outcome of the scene a little bit. And it's getting really close to the midpoint, this scene, or what I had originally planned as the midpoint. I don't know if that's actually going to be the midpoint anymore because it's like right at the beginning of part 3. So it's a part of the story that definitely needs to happen, and that specific scene I do need to go back over and read back through to like see what the fuck I'm trying to say, because I feel like it isn't quite right yet. So I made the little icon on Scrivener yellow so that I remember to go back and look at it with a clearer mind at not 1 a.m. having had a day. So, but it's I had Florence and the Machine in my ears and I wrote 5,600 words today. I hit 60,000 words in the draft. I added 5,600 words. Wow. It's one of those moments where I thought it was like pulling teeth earlier when I was working on the scene previous to this, because I didn't really know exactly how I wanted it to go. It was kind of a moment that I was just like, I'm not even sure what this is right now. Like, I don't know the goal of this scene really. And then I reached that goal and it was something that I was like, oh, okay. So it kind of unlocks a little bit of something, a little bit more knowledge comes in, and it gives Mary this like push to tell Xanvi what happened in the moment of when Thistle comes to be, and like what that did to her and her whole thing with the magic and Airmount, like what it caused. And that she is the cause of a lot of things that are happening. And it's also, and it turned into this moment of him basically being like, I really like you. And her being like, bitch, I'm Demi. I don't know. Well, not even that she's Demi. She just doesn't know. She doesn't say that she's Demi. She just doesn't know if she can even feel love in that way because she's never felt it before. So she doesn't know if she's capable of that. Because there's all these little intricacies. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go over it again because I'm not sure if I got her like sexuality part of it across quite right. And also I don't know if that scene was just like an entire mess from the way that I was pulling it from Xanvi's point of view, switching it to Mary's and being in her head. Like I just need to go over it again. But yeah, I wrote 5,200 words today. So we are now over 60,000 words into the draft. We killed the 3,000 word goal for this weekend, even though it is technically Monday now. It's 1 a.m. And today I did read a little more of Shadow of the Gods when I got home. I'm now sitting at page 187. I am loving this read through again. I'm loving it. I want to take this one a little slow, but I also want to just like zoom through it so that I can get to the next books, because I don't remember a whole lot of each book. Like, all I remember from The Shadow of the Gods is the last scene, because that image has been engraved into my brain at this point, because it was just so stunning. The last image of this book is fucking insane. Yeah. And then the next book, I just know what happens right at the end, and I kind of know the vibe of it. Like, I just don't remember what actually happens in these books. So I definitely need to keep going and keep reading this. So I'm definitely going to work through this week and then start into the second one. But this is definitely going to happen before the end of November. This trilogy, that is the goal. Before the end of November, I'm finishing this trilogy, which is saying something, because what is today? It's the 25th. I have, what, 5 days? Jesus Christ, I have all week. I have until the 1st of December. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to read 3 books this week. That's just not gonna happen. Okay, so finishing this by the end of November is the plan. And then we will finish the whole trilogy at the beginning of December. God, time moves so fucking weird. But anyways, also, I guess you are probably also maybe wondering about the date today. To keep things brief, I think it was good. I think he was quite nervous because, you know, there's always that like awkward moment when you first get there. We were waiting for our coffee. I didn't really know what to bring up or talk about, but I know myself and my anxiety, the anticipatory anxiety is so much worse than actually being on the date. Because when I walked towards the fucking coffee shop and I saw him in the window, it's like all the anxiety just was like, cool, we're in, we're ready, we're buckled in, and it vanished. Thankfully. I don't like being anxious on dates. I have been in the past, and it spiraled into like a multi-day panic attack. So that was not, or like a panic state. I guess you can't really call that a panic attack when it's multi-day. It was not a good time previously in my life. It left, and I was not calm, but I wasn't like buzzing with anxiety like I had been leading up to it in my car, like feeling slightly nauseous kind of vibes. I was okay. And then I immediately could tell that he was nervous. And I was like, this is really sweet. Being actually able to tell that someone else is nervous is very sweet. And like throughout the entire date, you know, when you just talk to fill the space, he was doing that a little bit. So much so that he wasn't really asking me questions. Like, he did ask me questions about myself, but like in the moments when I was kind of like lobbing him the conversation ball of like, I'd ask him about his family and he didn't ask me about it back. So I knew he was just a little anxious. Like, it wasn't the way that like a dude bro just doesn't give a shit about you and like will never ask any questions about you. It was not that in any type of form. But yeah, the conversation was good. I had a good time. The coffee was okay. The baked good less so. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't my favorite. It was cold. It was like an apple Danish type thing. And I prefer any kind of apple danishes to be warm, because apples, when they're warm like that, delicious. But it was like one of the only options there for baked good, and that's okay. And the cafe was dog friendly, so I got to pet some dogs today. So like, good things all around. And I do think I'm going to see him again, hopefully this week, because he's going on a vacation with his family for 2.5 weeks starting on Sunday. So if I don't see him this week, I won't see him for like 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks. So we'll see. I do think I want to see him again. And that's really all I can ask for coming out of a date. That is the one thing that I tell myself. I'm like, okay, like, your one goal with first dates, coming out of it on the other side, is knowing, one, did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? Me, you. Because there's a lot of times in my past where dates have just been, I think I'm having a good time, but I'm really just molding myself into what they want in the conversation and like really molding myself to be good in the situation. And I'm not actually having a good time myself. I've been better at that over the past couple of years, thankfully. I call myself a chameleon a little bit, because I'm really good in every situation. Like, I can mold myself to what situation needs to happen, especially socially with strangers and stuff. I'm really good at it. But I come out of dates now knowing that I need to have a good time myself. And if I'm not having a good time, that I should not see that person again. And also, do I even want to see this person again? Like, that is the bare minimum. That is all I want to know coming out of a date. There's no expectations other than that. And I think that was successful this time. So thanks for that. Thank God for that. Yeah, anyways, so that was this morning. Came home, kind of wandered around Dollarama a little bit just to decompress. Wrote for a bit, read for a bit, and then went to Mom and Dad's for dinner, helped Mom set up their Christmas tree, and then came back here and wrote some more. So I actually watched a little bit of Bones, and then I was like, okay, it's like 11. I'm gonna hammer out a half hour of writing and we're gonna get as much down as I can. And now we're here and it's past 1 a.m. So I love putting myself in time constraints because the words just spill out of me. Anyways, that's everything, my friends. We did finish at least one book this weekend. We finished The Hacienda, and I am enjoying my reread of Shadow of the Gods. I think this is gonna be delicious to take with me this week, throughout the week. Love this. Beautiful, wonderful. Tomorrow's Monday. Do I have anything weird going on tomorrow? Not particularly. It's just another teaching day. All that good stuff. Yeah, we will see how the rest of November goes. Next weekend is officially first day of December. Sunday is December 1st. And that is my day that I plan on setting up all my Christmas stuff in my place. Christmas tree, all the good stuff. Because I have not been feeling in a Christmassy mood. And I think we have not really gotten any snow here, which is tied directly. It's correlated directly to my enjoyment of Christmas. Because snow to me means Christmas. And you can't have Christmas without snow. So this week we did get a little dusting of snow, and it has been snowing a little bit, and it's finally gotten like below 0 Celsius. So it's getting a little colder and the snow has stuck, but it's not like snow, it's just like a dust of it. So I'm waiting for the snow to kick in. I don't think there's any snowstorms coming either, so like I don't know when we're gonna actually get some like good snow, but I'm gonna try force myself into Christmas vibes by putting up my Christmas decorations. That's the plan anyways, my friends, I'm gonna leave this here, and I'll chat to you tomorrow for Monday, I guess. But yeah, that was my Sunday. What a good time. Hello friends, happy Monday. I am here coming in to close out this vlog. It is 12:30 in the morning. I forgot to edit this vlog, so I've been doing that for the past hour and a half, and all I have to do is throw this in there and get it up online, and everything is great and perfect. What a good weekend. It went too quickly. It honestly, like, I remember sitting here yesterday at about like 10 o'clock p.m. and just being like, how is it already the end of the weekend? So that is usually a sign that I need to take some time off or a day off or something. So maybe in the next coming days I'll take something off. But I finished The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas this weekend, which was very good. I have yet to run it through Compile to tell you any rating on it, but I highly enjoyed this, and I highly recommend Isabel Cañas's work. Like, her writing is so good. If you want something genuinely quite spooky and thrilling and also just very well written, go with this one. And if you want something more historical and romantic leaning, go with The Vampires of El Norte. There is romance in both of these, but that one to me is more romantic and more like, the romance is more plot, like forward in the plot than it is in this one. But I don't know which one I liked more, because I loved the reading experience of The Vampires of El Norte, but this one was also so fucking good. So I could not tell you my favorite between the two. They were both so good for different reasons. Highly, highly, highly recommend Isabel Cañas. And then I got through a good chunk of my reread of, where's the front of the book? The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, which is definitely highly enjoyable. I'm thriving. Anyways, also had the first date of 2024 this weekend, which is a little crazy to say. It's November 26th today. Had my first date all year this weekend. So crazy. Anyways, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Who's to say? Your girl just kind of wants to be swept off her feet. She wants to be romanced. And that's really where I'm at. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.